Honestly, you have no idea how many freaking takes I've done. I even have a script. I've got notes for this and like I keep stuffing up. Amongst the whole COVID-19 crisis and everyone just staying at home, I thought I would pump out a YouTube video. I told myself I wouldn't do another one unless I'm traveling and doing vlogs and stuff because my life is not interesting enough to document anything. But recently I've had, well not just recently, but I guess the past year or so, I've had a lot of questions coming my way in person or on Instagram. How do I talk to brands and collaborate? How do I get paid for this? How do I find my style? How do I set up and plan a shoot? Blah, 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 blah. So I thought, you know, being just at home, I thought about answering some of these questions as best I can. This is just purely advice from my own experiences, so don't attack me. Take it as however you want it. Hopefully you find some value in it. And before you click away, this is not just applying to photographers and videographers. Any of this advice could help you whether you're involved in the creative industries or not. Maybe it doesn't, maybe, I don't know. I just want you to stay. That sounded so sad. Number one, why do I want to do this? Just in terms of photography, I've seen far too many photographers, especially young aspiring photographers, that get into this industry with the wrong mindset and the wrong intentions for their craft. Obviously, no one has a sad, personal, sentimental story of how they started this, and you don't need to. It doesn't need to come from that. But then it also shouldn't come from getting social media attention and clout and money. Maybe it is for you, you know what, good for you, you do you. But I think that question is just to let you sit back and just think about, okay, why am I doing what I'm doing? Is it gonna help me in the future? Because that should be the glue that helps and sticks everything that you do together. Number two, build your portfolio. It's as simple as that, as just grabbing your camera, finding a friend that's quite comfortable in front of the camera and comfortable with you, send them a mood board and tell them this is the kind of style we want, pick a location and go shoot. Honestly, build your portfolio. It's the most easy cliche thing that every video like this is gonna say across all of YouTube. And I know when people say that, it's like, okay, they go ahead and do it and then they think, oh, how do I find my style? You don't really exactly find your style. Just think about this. If you train yourself on something, you study it and you research it and you have drive towards it and you have passion for it, you're naturally just gonna get better because you're always gonna wanna learn and you make mistakes. You have to make mistakes, otherwise you won't improve. And as you do that, you're just gonna get naturally better. Like there's no, I don't know how else to explain it really. I understand why people ask the question, how do I find my style? Because you'll see on so many photographers' pages on Instagram, they have a very distinct theme or look and mood on their page. But you can't possibly think they picked up the camera and they started shooting like that. They would have had to go through so many different styles, shoot in so many different ways, both, you know, handling the camera and on the computer to get to where they are now. And I'm sure that's not even their end goal. They're definitely going to keep getting better and better. So again, it's just in terms of getting a camera, shooting, try all sorts of different things. Whether that might be you go to the botanical gardens and shoot plants, or you go hiking and just shoot the mountain landscape. Whatever it might be, try different things. You know, you'll naturally feel different styles come into the way you approach shooting. You'll finally find one that you're quite content with and you're happy with how that looks. Number three is approaching brands and getting paid. And I say that with no energy because I hate the question, purely from the fact that the people that ask this question are people that want the end goal of, again, the clout, you know, getting that social media attention. I know that's all amazing because I thought the same things when I was first starting out. I was wanting to work with huge brands and stuff like that because that's freaking awesome. Like who doesn't want that? When I first started out, I would DM message anyone that's more than, you know, 10K followers and would just hit them up and just say, hey, look, I would love to collaborate and I would love to work with you. Most of the time, maybe 80% of the time, none of them would reply or even look at the message. But the times that they would come back, they might just read it and not reply, or the small percentage that they do reply, they would ask, what can you do for us? And that's the most important thing. What value can you bring to this brand or this person or any other entity? I don't exactly have a formula to working with brands, and I don't think anyone does. Off the top of my head, I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever had an actual shoot from messaging or emailing a client and saying that I want to collaborate or work with them. Again, it's not like saying that's wrong. I've just never had that. The only way I've been very fortunate to work with certain types of brands and people is the biggest thing that is needed in this industry and you need to understand is networking. from what I've experienced and what my mentors have taught me is that be genuine and honest and just a good person. If you don't know how to network in this day and age, we have social media. We have, even things like LinkedIn. We have people. Obviously now it's not great because considering the situation we're in. But disregarding that for a second, word of mouth marketing, spreading your name out there, talking to people that are within your industry, or even if you meet someone new, just sliding in the conversation and mentioning that you are a young aspiring photographer. You have no idea who you might meet. There's no excuse for you not to go talk to people and express your interests and your ambitions, because if you really want it, you're gonna have to go fight for it. I'm actually gonna take this camera out. No, okay, cool. There we go. All right, hopefully that made a bit of sense. I think my main points are just understand your intention with this craft and reflect on what your origins are and understand why you're doing what you're doing. Go out and shoot, pick out your camera, find people to work with and network. In this current situation we're in now, using Instagram to network is probably the best choice you can get at the moment. With those sort of steps, it's gonna be a very hard, time-consuming, gradual process, but I think you just gotta target those things nice and slowly and teach yourself and understand who you are as a person doing this craft. And you'll eventually find it quite easy for you to work with that client because you'll build that self-confidence and you'll have taught yourself so much and met so many different kind of people. That first approach to a client and making that job so A grade. But yeah, hopefully a lot of that made sense. If it didn't, I'm sorry. I had my notes and script and stuff and I thought it would help, but apparently it didn't. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Please tell me you do, because I'm stuck at home and not really doing much like everyone else is. Let me know any type of suggestions that you want to see that I can do within my own house. But yeah, stay safe, take care, comment or DM me, let me know if this has actually helped you. I wouldn't have posted this or even think about doing this video if it didn't create any value for anyone. So yeah, that'll be all for now. See you in the next one. Peace.